Sun is shining. Not a cloud in the sky. Morning, Giggles. Well, this is becoming a nightmare that I think I have a solution, but I'm gonna have to wait a little bit. So, welcome back to another Scuttlebutt with Ivy's Family Factotum. I'm your boy Anson. And I forgot my hat. Did get my coffee though. So, I know one of the last videos, I talked about, I said I was going to record over the weekend. That did not happen because what had happened was, I actually had a guy come out to give me a quote on this. And, obviously someone that's, has a business accredited through the Better Business Bureau. And, not just someone that's an hourly wage person. Obviously, some of the folks that I've used before are just hourly wage. There's nothing wrong with that. Get back into the sun. There we go. So, yeah, nothing wrong with the whole hourly wage thing. But, I wanted to be able to have, because I want to get the driveway cleaned up and I want to get this all leveled out, right? And it was actually going to include getting this leveled out, getting buildings and stuff moved, getting concrete taken up and moved, kind of trying to do like a whole package deal, because normally it turns out to be a little cheaper whenever you're able to do that. Well, it turns out that he's not able to do it, and it's fine. I mean, I understand, of equipment. Equipment's costly to transport. Some of the equipment that he has stated is too big for this project because it's really not a whole lot of space, right? So, I mean, if you have a ginormous excavator coming in, plus it's underneath power lines and stuff, it's kind of not practical, right? So you're going to look at a little bit smaller machines that he would have to rent. And with that being said, just the cost of it was just going to be too much. And, the moving of said equipment and, just all those things, right? So with that being said, I think my way forward, and I've also talked about in the video coming out today, which should already be out now by the time you're watching this, we had talked about obviously the three different types of YouTube videos, right? Your hub, your hero, and your hygiene. And it's basically every single video that you see in YouTube, every single one is going to fall into one of those three categories. And it's kind of the reason why, I will throw in the how-to every so often, and I will, throw in the kind of the start to finish type stuff, and it's just, it all kind of falls into that, right? So I'd also talked about, the dilemma of which one do I want to do between a sawmill or a tractor. And both of them would be very beneficial right now. But I think I have decided, if I'm going to be spending the funds to have someone come out and work and do these things, with equipment that I know I can get done, probably not as fast, but I know that I can get it done with getting my own equipment, i.e. tractor, then why pay twice, right? So I think I've made up my mind. I'm just going to go ahead and get the tractor first. But with that also is I still have some, personal things in our life that we haven't really talked about. But it's the ball is rolling. Okay. And it is something that will, help with the budget. And with that, right, I need to kind of wait on that just to kind of see where, what those results are going to be before, I take the plunge and go get the equipment. Now, obviously, any further help that we get from y'all, right? Watching the ads, going to our bonfire store, purchasing, shirts, hats, coffee mugs, totes, any of that stuff. All those things help, right? Becoming a member, right? Checking out, our members, and all this stuff is over on the main channel, Ivy's Family Factotum. So if you're new here, we thank you for following in on our journey, helping us grow. This channel isn't quite to monetization yet. We're almost there. Just a few more hours and a few more subscribers, and it's getting there. And I know, it is what it is. But yeah, I do think with that, I'm going to go ahead. So, and I am, because I've been looking at getting, because obviously I could go get a tractor today that is a 25 horse tractor with a bucket and a backhoe. I could get that today, right? And be perfectly fine making those payments. But it's not what I want, right? I want at least a 40 horsepower or above tractor. Just for the amount of work that I know that I want to do and need to do, that why put the wear and tear and breaking a tractor that is underpowered for the things that I need, right? So, get away from me. Man, all those like little gnat bugs that just like swarm your face. God, I hate those things. Get away from me. So, coming out here, kind of see how my concrete held up. Because I'd still like to be able to clear this, get the road going up there. And I know with, a 25 horsepower tractor, it's not going to do that. It's not going to do that. But a 40 horsepower tractor, yep, it'll make that just fine. Put the flow mower on that thing and just go to town. It'll work. So, yeah, that's what I'm doing. So, a little sneaky peeky. Looks good. So, oh man, these bugs are driving me crazy. Excuse me. So, yeah, hopefully within the next month, give or take. So, plus we are still, and I've talked about too, dealing with the VA, because we've been going through getting, VA stuff taken care of, and, just getting, oh my good Lord. Like, they don't leave you alone. I'm not trying to have bugs go in my mouth. It's all those little tiny gnats that are just like attracted to the air that you're breathing, right? Go away. Ah. Ah. Okay. Yeah, because with the work that I was trying to get done, I've contacted like 6 people, right? And this is the only guy that actually came out to the property. 2 of them that I've already had dealings with. One that's already worked here. Crickets. I've tried contacting them and nothing. Couldn't get a hold of them. And then obviously the guy that came, and then a few others are they're too busy. they don't have the time. God dang it, man. Get away from me. For F's sakes. So these bugs are just driving me crazy that I'm losing my track of thought. Yeah, they were too busy that they did not have the time to be able to get out here within the time frame that we're looking at, right? Obviously, if I'm willing to wait, they would probably be able to come out, but I'm trying. So, from now and until the end of summer, because we're getting at the end of the rainy season, right? So it's going to start getting nice. It's going to start getting stuff dried out. Well, right now is the perfect time to be able to at least within now and the next month of being able to get in and start moving stuff, because if you wait until the end of summer, the ground is just so hard, trying to move anything, because there's just so much clay here that if you go an entire month without rain, it's very, very, very difficult to work the ground here. So you do want to do it, obviously if you've had a rain, you try to go at least, a few days after that said rain, and the ground's still going to be, a little bit wet, but not enough to where, you're like in a mud hole, right? Type thing. So yes, that's my ultimate plan. That's what I'm doing is I'm not going to waste my money, trying to get someone else to come out here and do this work. That I'm just going to wait it out, the amount of time that I need to get this piece of equipment, and then I'm just going to do it myself. Yep. So if I'm spending the money, or if I got to spend the money, then I'm going to go ahead and spend that money on my own equipment and not somebody else's equipment. Right? So that's what I was thinking. Why are y'all over here beating each other up? Why are y'all over here beating each other up? Let's see. Then obviously Max, he's like, I want back in. Because right now it's only hens. So, and Dolly's still inside. She's still in timeout because she's still wanting to lay on eggs. We don't want that. So until we know that she's no longer broody, she's staying in solitary confinement. So, all right, y'all. Well, that's really all I got for you on this one. I'm going to go through, actually have a project I'm going to take care of, something I can do quick that's going to come out on the main channel. Actually, I got a few little side projects. That one that I showed you is one that I am currently working on. That should be coming out this week. And then I do have, I'll probably go ahead and add it in to the video. I really don't know. It just all depends on how long it is. So there's been a few, right? Because I've taken care of a few things with equipment. But I have that post thing I'm dealing with out there. I have a woodworking project that I need to get done inside. But I don't know if I want to kind of throw it all in together, or I might just do that as its own separate video. Because it's been a hot minute since I've done like just a standalone woodworking video. All right, so let me get this one out to y'all. And then I'm going to get busy with the day because I still got to do yard work too. That's never ending. Never ending. All right, y'all. Well, get out there, thank a veteran with every chance you get, not only on Veterans Day. And we'll see you tomorrow. Later, friends.